Welcome to 24-Hour Sports. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as we all know, Derek Carr has been announced that he's been benched for the final 2 games of the season. And there's a lot of logistics that go into this. I've looked into it. I've done my research. And I was kind of surprised by the news at first because I was thinking they just got an extension. They just worked out an extension. They just got Devontae Adams. Everything looked like it was up for the Las Vegas Raiders. And just to come out with this news, I was kind of shell-shocked, kind of seeing the fact that they are moving off of him. There's no doubt in my mind that this is Derek Carr's last season in Las Vegas. Let me give you the reasons for that. The first thing, this contract extension has been set up in a way that allows the Las Vegas Raiders to get off of Derek Carr without a hard hit to the cap. If they get off Derek Carr and cut him before February, it won't be a hard hit against the cap. And that's important because he has to be healthy. He has to pass a physical. And by not playing in these 2 final games, he's going to be healthy. He's going to pass the physical. So now it's up to them. They have a decision to make. They have to look at everything within these next couple months before February and make a decision. I'm looking against the market. I'm looking at the guys that are out there. I see a Lamar Jackson. I see a Baker Mayfield. I see a Jimmy G. But the one guy that really strikes me that can turn things around, if anybody can turn it around in Las Vegas, Tom Brady. Tom Brady has to be the candidate. They have to be all in on trying to acquire Tom Brady during the offseason. Let me give you every reason why. Josh McDaniels is one of those guys off of the Bill Belichick tree. So that's already the connection there. They have the weapons. They have Renfro, Waller, Adams. Although Renfro and Waller have been fighting injuries this season, they still have good weapons. If they decide to keep Josh Jacobs, that's a good running back. We know what that running game is. And I believe if you can move things around and get Brady, you want to keep Josh Jacobs because Brady thrives off of play action. You have the cap space to do so. Their defense, they have draft capital. They're going to have a top 10, I believe, anywhere from the 9th to 12th pick, depending on how these last 2 games fall off. So looking at all of that, if they can leverage that, draft some good defensive pieces, try to find some good defensive pieces in the free agency because we have to not put all of the blame on Derek Carr. And I can understand why the Raiders want to get rid of Derek Carr. I can. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, whatever we're going to see from Denver next season. They're probably in the same boat if we're being honest about the situation, but they're in a tough division. Derek Carr hasn't gotten them to the promised land, and he's owed a lot of money. If you can get under that contract, because the money is not going to match up to the production. I'm sorry, but they're not finishing higher than the Chargers or the Chiefs anytime soon in that division. We have to look at that. Derek Carr, he's not getting any younger. I think he's tapped his ceiling. He's reached his potential. And it's not to say that Derek Carr has been a bad quarterback. He's had bad moments. We look at the Pittsburgh game. We look at the game against the Los Angeles Rams where Baker Mayfield came back. It just made waves around media. We look at that game, and it's the picks. Every time the Raiders are in a clutch situation, it seems like Derek Carr just throws the ball away. I remember watching them when they had a chance to make the playoffs last season. A pick on the goal line. Watching the Rams game, a pick. Watching the Steelers game, a pick. It's a pick, a pick, a pick. And I don't think it's too far-fetched to put Derek Carr in that gunslinger category because he's going to give you some good throws and he's going to give you some throws that leave you thinking, what the... Okay, but anyway, looking at Josh McDaniels, different perspective. I think he's underperformed as well. The only reason that I would keep Josh McDaniels is if I have that Tom Brady connection. If I know that we can really seriously inquire and get Tom Brady, then I would keep Josh McDaniels. Because like I said, off of that Bill Belichick tree, that's just the connection. That's the chemistry already built in there. Other than that, I think we get rid of Josh McDaniels. And the real question that I've had about this team is, all of these years you've had Derek Carr. Derek Carr has been consistently a top 15. If you don't want to call him a top 10 quarterback, you can't say he hasn't been a top 15 quarterback his entire stint in Las Vegas. He's been that in both cities. So now, where's the defense been? They've never had an exceptional defense. They've had a couple names. Chandler Jones is of recent, Max Crosby, but they made acquisitions. They got Rock Ya-Sin. It just, their defense has never been good. They've blown 17-point leads multiple times in this season. Where is the defense? And that's what I'm not understanding. You go out and you get a Devontae Adams. You had Khalil Mack. You had names on defense, but your defense has never been up to par to provide, to even be a contending level team. So we put all of the blame on Derek Carr, and some of it's deservedly so. But I don't understand the direction of this team. I think they have a lot to fix, even the offensive line. They have to be looking at offensive linemen in the draft, have to be looking at defense. But I think Tom Brady is the guy that I linked to this team. I think he's the only person that can turn this around. What do you think about this situation? Would you try to get Tom Brady if you were the Las Vegas Raiders? I'm just confused right now.